Today on the channel, it's July 21st, 2022, and San Diego Comic-Con is in full swing. And today on the channel, we got all the reveals.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for one of the funnest videos of the year as we recap San Diego Comic-Con in the wrestling headspace. And man, if you guys are like me, all these figures, all this stuff, it's wallet anxiety. We talk about turtle anxiety, but this is wallet anxiety. How many pre-orders can we do? How many figures can we get? And you guys know me, I collect, like a lot of you guys, I collect a lot of lines outside of just wrestling, as what we're talking about today is wrestling. I collect a lot of stuff outside of the wrestling headspace. So man, talk about an expensive day, but that's San Diego Comic-Con every single year. But with inflation and everything else, it just seems like it's more expensive than ever before. But of course, we're going to break down all the reveals, everything that Mattel showed us, and a little bit of Jazzwares as well. Talking all things wrestling. Of course, all the other stuff will be saved for weekly purchases on Saturday. Make sure you check out that video as well. Figure right here at the top, though, I talk about some of the pre-orders that went up on Thursday. There's a lot of stuff coming at us really fast. So in case you missed any of these, I figured I'd do this right at the top. Then we're going to get into these reveals. But, of course, Walmart, Target, Ringside Collectibles coming with a lot of pre-orders. Of course, Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Owen Hart, Jazzwares, Unmatched Series 5, Supreme Series 2, and the CM Punk exclusive. We'll talk a little bit more about that CM Punk figure later on in this very video. Those are up on Ringside right now for pre-order. Get in on there. CM Punk exclusive. Owen Hart, those are going to be some heavy hitters. Supreme Series 2 with Aleister Black, a.k.a. Malachi Black, I should say. He'll always be Aleister to me. Some good pre-orders right there at Ringside. Use discount code Kyle, save 10% like I said. But then, of course, Target came in with some pre-orders on Thursday. Legends Series 16, Molly Holly, both members of the APA, of course, and Rey Mysterio. We also saw some of those pictures of them at San Diego Comic-Con as well. Target also came in with this one out of left field. Out of left field pre-order today. Raw 30th anniversary celebration. It looks like cardboard Raw logos, like the old Raw entrance back in the day. But we're getting The Undertaker, of course we are. We're getting Razor Ramon in green. Man, that's a cool looking Razor. Oakland A's colors, of course. And then we're getting a 1, 2, 3 kid with bags of money, because it's all about the bags of money. Just ask Danhausen. But that one came out of left field. A very, very cool 3-pack up at Target. Make sure you get that one pre-ordered. A lot of reuse, and we're seeing a lot of that theme throughout things. Getting the most out of your molds. Obviously, with the switch over to pinless joints, double jointed articulation. We're getting a lot of figures we got back in the past. Sometimes like basically almost a straight re-release, sometimes with some different colors, as we see here with this Raw 30 set from Target. We also saw Walmart coming in. Superstars Series 3, including Undertaker and Ultimate Warrior from the Superstars line, finally up for pre-order. I got both pre-orders in for both those guys today. Got to get those. Hopefully they come a little bit sooner than November, but we'll see what happens with that. But that's Walmart. And then Walmart also came with the Ruthless Aggression RA-style figures. Of course, the love letter to the old Jax days past. We got Rey Mysterio, RVD, and of course Booker T. Those did go up for pre-order on Walmart, so jump at those if you missed those by chance. So a lot of stuff going on in pre-orders. Like I said, Ringside, Walmart, and Target. A lot more to come. I expect the next couple of days, Ringside will have a ton of new Mattel pre-orders as well. So keep that wallet handy. Keep that credit card, debit card, cash, whatever it is. Money order, check, I don't care. Whatever you got to use. It's going to be an expensive time. So we'll see what happens with all this and much more to come as well. But let's dig in on some of these reveals here, and it just truly feels like Mattel has been watching the channel. They said, what would Kyle want? What do you think Kyle would want? I know that's not the case, but man, it really feels that way. And we're going to kick it off here with a Mattel Creations Ultimate Edition 2-pack. And we're getting Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I believe, was it Saturday Night's Main Event? They had that match back in the day. I guess that's what it's kind of representing here. But Terry Funk, one of my all-time favorites. Ultimate Warrior, Terry Funk, 1, 2, favorite wrestlers of all time for me. So to get a Terry Funk Ultimate Edition is something special, something I don't take lightly. I am so excited for this. And I gotta be honest to you guys, I did find out about the Ultimate Edition Terry Funk a couple of weeks ago. I've kept it under my hat. I don't want to steal anything, steal any thunder, as I did get some prototype images on the old figure black market sent to me for sale. I did not pick them up, but the Terry Funk, I just couldn't wrap my head around what this actually was. Well, now it all makes a lot more sense. I didn't think Terry Ultimate Edition would sell at retail. Hey, I'm no Terry Funk left behind. I'm all in, but I always put my business hat on about a lot of stuff. People saying about the Zeus, no holds barred exclusive San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, check out that review on the channel. We already have that done. Zeus isn't going to sell on his own at retail. It's just not going to happen. It's too niche. Terry Funk, the greatest of all time. Very, very arguably the greatest of all time. And I could argue that all day long. I just don't foresee him selling at retail. But this avenue, Mattel Creations, and I think we're setting ourselves up here for a lot more Mattel Creations in the future, which I'm fine with. If it gets us some of these deep cuts like this, it is a great idea. I think that is going to happen. We're already seeing it with the Masters of the Universe line, giving us a few deeper cuts as a Mattel Creations exclusive. Keep doing this. Just don't do it too much. Don't do it too much to be an annoyance. Let's do it maybe 3-4 times a year. Every 3 months or so, there's a new 2-pack. I think that's the way to go to market. We'll see. More details to come, of course. But Terry Funk, man, sign me up all day long. And he's in the Sergeant Slaughter packaging that we saw Sergeant Slaughter San Diego Comic-Con last year. So it should have the removable figure, put it all back if you want to, things like that. The Terry Funk is awesome. Now, I do have some nitpicks. I do have some gripes with this. Now, it looks like they're trying to do, of course, the love letter to the LJNs. My first wrestling figures I ever bought as a kid. And this Terry Funk, the packaging, everything else just screams LJN. Unfortunately, the outfit choice here kind of screams LJN, but screams more to the Legends Elite figure we got many years ago. It's almost like an updated into an Ultimate form. Not a huge fan of that. I wish they could have done that a different way, in all honesty there. I love that figure, but I would have liked something new. So, of course, I did grab my Terry Funk LJN figure right here. I would have rather seen something like this. Give him a true throwback to the LJN days. Give him the green chaps. Make it just a little bit different. Enough to be dangerous. Obviously, it is Ultimate Edition. More articulation, extra head sculpts, all the bells and whistles we get with those. But I would have liked to see more of a love letter to the LJN, at least as of right now. Now, I want a couple of these Terry Funks, but the problem is, it is a 2-pack with Hulk Hogan. So, I do have a feeling out there. There's a lot of people that are going to want the Hogan and not the Terry Funk. So, I might be able to get a couple of Terry Funks extra on the side. I hope that is the case, because I definitely got to get it. So, Terry Funk, amazing. The LJN, amazing. One of my favorite figures of all time. We'll do a Terry Funk top 10 on the channel. You know we'll do that eventually. But then the other one there outside of Terry Funk is Hulk Hogan. And of course it's Hulk Hogan. Of course it's the Ultimate Edition. Getting the most out of your molds. Getting some reuse going on here. But I love this one. I love how it looks in package. It's displayed just like the old school LJN, just like Terry Funk, but a very iconic Hulk Hogan. When I think LJN Hulk Hogan, yeah, most people think the original Hulk Hogan, the yellow tights, all that kind of stuff, yellow trunks. I think of this. This was the Hulk Hogan I loved the most as a kid, playing with my LJNs. This one was such a great upgrade. I absolutely love this one, and I love to get it in this figure form here from Mattel. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful look. It even comes with a throwback LJN title. It looks just like the LJN title. I thought that was a beautiful touch. Just an all-around, absolutely fabulous Mattel Creations 2-pack exclusive. I just can't believe I'm getting a Terry Funk Ultimate Edition. I did not have that on my bingo card anywhere, but man, I'm happy for it. Man, I'm excited. You guys know I love the Funker, so I'm all in. Heck, I got Terry Funk shirt on right now. No coincidence there, I guess. But Terry Funk, Hulk Hogan, 2-pack, Mattel Creations, Fall 2022, so I gotta think we'll find more details out about these, how to pre-order, when they go for pre-order, all that kind of fun stuff. Hopefully it's not a crazy window, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully there's plenty of product to go around for everybody. We'll see what happens there, but very, very cool with that. Then we turned our attention to Legends. Of course, Legends Series 15, unboxing those on the channel currently. 16 we just ordered, but now we turned our attention to Legends 17. And once again, Mattel said, what would Kyle like? And man, this could be the set of the year for me. Two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Two guys I would put on my personal Mount Rushmore of favorite wrestlers of all time. Kind of. Well, first we'll break it down with the Dingo Warrior. Obviously, I love the Ultimate Warrior, but I know all about the Dingo Warrior. I've seen a lot of his matches, all that stuff from World Class. I think this is awesome. A throwback Warrior before he was the true Warrior. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is something that everybody needs in their collection. And of course, I'm biased, as you guys know. But man, to get Dingo Warrior, once again, I never would have guessed we would have saw that here. I'm all for it. I hope this one, I'm going to have to get a few of these. No Warriors left behind. That's just the way it goes. Looks absolutely amazing. And then they came in hot as well. The Chase Edition and regular edition in this wave. Ken Shamrock, one of my old buddy Ken Shamrock, lifelong friends with Ken Shamrock, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Loved him in UFC 1 all the way through his UFC career, Pride career. Just a huge Ken Shamrock fan. So to get him back in the Elite lineup in the green and the blue to go along with the red we already have, man, oh man, is that awesome. So I'm all in on these legends, Ken Shamrock. And then another one totally out of left field in this line, a throwback AJ Styles to WCW gear. Back when he was in WCW, back before he looked like I do, I guess, as I hear every single day in the comments. AJ Styles in a Nitro shirt, everything with that. Very, very cool. Very awesome. It makes you wonder, what other legends are we going to get in way, way back throwback material? I just think that is just a phenomenal idea to do. I'm here for that all day long. And then we do, to round out the lineup here, we do have Shawn Michaels. This one's interesting. This one almost goes with the greatest hits type thing. Of course, this looks just like the ringside collectible exclusive back in the day with just a little bit of changes. Most notably, of course, the double jointed elbows, the pinless joints, all that kind of stuff. But this one, it's a heavy hitter lineup, a very heavy hitter lineup. But the Shawn's probably the one I'm the least excited for. And I know a lot of you guys, it's probably the one you're most excited for. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. But holy cow, was I not expecting that to come. Just a phenomenal set. Can't wait to get those pre-ordered. Can't wait to start hunting those guys in the stores. Just looks absolutely awesome. Very, very cool. Going back to the Ultimate Editions, we did see Shawn Michaels, of course, the Amazon exclusive. Some of you UK fans already have this. August 3rd, I think it says for me. I'm a little bit down on this Ultimate Edition. I'm not going to talk too much about it until I get it in hand here in a couple of weeks. Hopefully it impresses me more than it does on pictures. We'll see what happens there with this Shawn, but it's okay. We're also getting Brock Lesnar. We knew that one was coming. Brock, a guy that hasn't had a lot of figures over the last couple years, which has been kind of surprising. I think we're starting to ramp up, as you guys know, for more Brock figures, including this new updated Ultimate Edition. 2 belts with him, extra hands, all the extra heads, all the bells and whistles we get with the usual Ultimate Editions. So that is pretty cool as well. And then, once again, the Ultimate Warrior, he rides again. And man, San Diego Comic-Con going all in on the Warriors. Mattel going in on the Warriors. I'm here for it. You guys know that. But we're getting a throwback, an updated version, I guess, of his defining moment. Of course, WrestleMania 7, when he did retire the Macho Man Randy Savage. WrestleMania 6 beats Hulk Hogan, ends Hulkamania once and for all. Retires Savage in WrestleMania 7. Did anybody have a better 2-year span than the Ultimate Warrior? I don't think they did. So an updated version of that one. Not what I really want for an Ultimate Edition, but man, I'll take anything Warrior. You guys know that. But it looks really good. It looks awesome. A very cool Warrior. All the bells and whistles as we always get with the Ultimate Edition, so it does look good. Definitely has a home here with me. But very, very cool. But once again, I can see some people saying, well, I have the defining moment. I don't really need this one. And there's going to be a lot of that, I think, throughout this video where I got a prior release that's pretty close. Maybe I don't need this. And in these hard wallet heat times, inflation times, man, I get it. I totally understand all that. So, very interesting, though. The Ultimate Warrior, more Warriors, the better. And we're not done talking about Warriors. We'll have more Warrior talk here in a little bit. So far, as I've done this video so far, we got more to come in the afternoon. I'm kind of doing this in 2 shifts, working around my work schedule to knock this bad boy out. But we did so far see Macho Man Randy Savage coming to the WWE Superstars line. Of course, the Superstars line, the Walmart exclusive or Walmart exclusive, depending who you ask. We did get shown pictures of the Macho Man with his robe, everything. A lot of Macho fans, they're going to be all in on that one for sure. You guys know how that goes. Also, another cool thing about San Diego Comic-Con is a lot of the displays, a lot of the setups. Throughout many toy lines, and Mattel is no different. We did see a WCW Nitro Arena entrance stage, all kinds of stuff like that. Looks absolutely phenomenal. Looks really cool. A lot of people saying, is that the next Mattel Creations? I don't think so. I think it's just more because they got a lot of WCW guys coming through right now, and it looks like a good display, but anything is possible. But how cool does that look? Very awesome. Of course, the Goldberg is right there, front and center, coming out the entrance. Got the smoke coming out of his nose, like, of course, a Bill Goldberg would. But very, very cool. If you're a Nitro guy, a WCW guy, you got to be wanting that thing big time. I don't blame you. I understand that as well. So now we're going to go to Ringside Collectibles. We're going to dive into their Facebook page where they got all the pictures, all the recaps, because they're live in person. John from Ringside is there. He's checking everything out. And of course, use discount code Kyle to save 10% at Ringside Collectibles. That's what you're going to need to do. But let's break down some of these figures here. Let's start with some heavy hitters, somewhat heavy hitters, I guess we'll say. Let's start with the Ruthless Aggression Walmart exclusives. Of course, we just saw Series 2 going up for pre-order right now. We saw some more Series 2 figures live and in person here at San Diego Comic-Con, but we also saw future people coming to the line. A lot of people are hoping, they're getting their ideas together. Who are we going to get? Who is big in the Ruthless Aggression time frame? Well, of course, John Cena, the master of Ruthless Aggression. And we're getting a John Cena jorts, extra heads, extra hands, soft goods jersey, microphone. John Cena from the RA era. I believe this one we actually have, of course, in the Jax collection back in the day. That's one of the cool things with a lot of these. You get the old one and the new one. You can compare them like we did with Series 1. Check those videos out. But John Cena coming. I got to think if this line continues, there's going to be more John Cenas, more Randy Ortons, more Batistas. That's just the way of the world on the Ruthless Aggression days. We're also getting Kevin Nash in the NWO gear. Very cool Kevin Nash, getting him back out in the field as a Walmart exclusive, of course, here. But it's NWO from the WWE NWO era of Kevin Nash, so a little bit different. And then Shelton Benjamin joining in on the fun. It looks like a direct re-release of the prior Shelton Benjamin from like Elite 57, I'm not sure what it was, and they had the gold standard version. It's once again, we're going to update the joints, update the pins, all that kind of stuff, give it a new paint of coat, and we're on there. We're off to the races. So there's Shelton Benjamin, another good one, and a guy that deserves the Ruthless Aggression, and possibly one of the most underrated performers and one of the most missed opportunities performers of all time, if you ask me. We did that, and we talked about that in our Shelton Benjamin Top 5 list on the channel. Make sure you check out that video. So that one's coming. And then we did see Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble figures, these should be out usually at Target, but the distribution is all over the place with these. But we saw this for early 2023, I'd have to assume, maybe December if you're lucky. We did see Brie Bella, so she will be peg warming very soon. We're about 6 months away from Brie Bella peg warming madness because you guys see my figure hunts. There's still some Brie Bella SummerSlams out there in some of the stores, and it's been 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it's been now. Absolutely wild. But we're going to Brie Bella, of course, all the bells and whistles that we get with the elites of this day. So it is a good looking figure. I just don't think that, unfortunately, that one will sell the best. The one I'm excited about here, of course, Vader making a return to the elite line, but it's a masked sculpt on head for Vader. You know, we've had prior ones where the mask was removable. This one, it's all sculpted in. Looks phenomenal. Looks amazing. It truly is Vader time. Once again, like I've been saying in these videos so far, it is a lot of updated stuff of the prior Elite. It was like Elite 31, I'm terrible with my numbers, like Elite 31 or whatever it was, Vader back in the day. It's an updated version of that because there's so many new collectors. So much time has passed. People missed out on those. They need to sell those iconic ones. And once again, we got to take that step back. It is a business. You got to put the business hat on. Mattel wants to make money. They want every dollar out of your wallet and every dollar out of your credit card. So they want to make figures that people are going to buy. It's tough for longtime collectors like myself because, hey, I already pretty much have this figure. There's just a little bit of changes here to make it different. I'd personally rather have something totally different, but I totally understand it. Not everybody's been collecting for a long time. There's new collectors in the game, and Mattel's got to make their money. So it makes sense to me. You don't have to justify it to me. I understand how it all works. Personally, I would just rather have something different, and that's everybody's opinion. You can have your own. So there it is right there. Once again, we're getting Rey Mysterio. He's no stranger to any line out there. Very weird head on Rey here. Very weird facial expression. But we're getting a Rey Mysterio. Once again, no stranger to Rey Mysterio's. They're going to milk him as much as they can because he equals money. He sells. He's got a mask on. Kids and adults, they love masks. They love face paint. They love giant figures. And they love hairy bipedal creatures. We've made that known here on the channel. So Rey coming once again. And then we're getting Damien Priest, his second Elite coming. And that Damien Priest we got last year was amazing. That was a fabulous figure. This one's going to be a lot of reuse from that, just different gear. All in white for old Damien Priest there. And then we get to the Build-A-Figure, and this is an awesome one. And I always said I've been a big fan and proponent of Mattel. Get more Build-A-Figures out there. You can convince people that aren't going to buy figures to buy figures. And it's about money at the end of the day. And I think they're on the right track here with making the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series ones Build-A-Figure sets. I think that's a genius move, and that's what they got right here. And they got Doc Hendricks. Michael P.S. Hayes, of course, is WWF announcer persona. Very cool, very awesome, deep cut, pink suit going on. Royal Rumble microphone, which fits the set, of course. Now, there's a lot of people that don't want these other figures that want Doc. They're going to have to buy him to get him. Could be good for some of you guys that don't want Doc Hendricks. You can make a team up here. Hey, give me that Brie Bella. I'll give you the part, and you're off to the races. You split the cost, whatever it may take. But love a deep cut like this. I think that is absolutely phenomenal idea. Which makes us move on into Survivor Series wave. Once again, another Build-A-Figure wave here from the Elites. And man, this one hits a home run once again as we get the power of the Warriors. We get SummerSlam 1990, should say Survivor Series 1990 in Ultimate Warrior figure form. If I remember right, this was one of the attires that we could have voted on for the Ultimate Edition. That's one I really would have liked to have it as an Ultimate Edition, but I'll take whatever Warrior I can get. And once again, a fabulous Warrior, a little different head scan with the hair kind of slicked back. Very, very cool. You know me, I've said it already. All the Warriors you want to make, I'll buy every single one of them. So Warrior going to be in the Survivor Series lineup. Of course, we're getting Becky Lynch. You know Becky's got to get back in there. An interesting outfit here. I did like this outfit when it came out. It definitely looked different. We are getting that face reused. Of course, got to get the most out of your molds. We've seen this head on Becky Lynch. Not my favorite look for her. A little too pouty, I guess we'd say. We're getting old AJ Styles, my old brother. I don't know if you guys know, but every single day in the comments I hear, hey, this guy looks like AJ Styles. This guy looks like Big Show. Well, another AJ Styles coming our way. This will probably be the peg warmer. Actually, Becky will probably be the peg warmer, but AJ probably right in there as well. It'll be interesting to see how this wave goes. But the last few Royal Rumble Survivor Series waves have came and went pretty fast on the store pegs. So there might not be any peg warmers with these. We'll see what happens. But AJ Styles, need more AJ Styles. He's been pretty underutilized the last year and a half or so from Mattel. So we're getting him back out there. Once again, getting the most out of your molds. We've seen some of this head sculpts before. Then once again, we're throwing it way back to old Elite days. We're getting an old school Drew McIntyre, a flashback Drew with some soft goods. Of course, this looks just like the one we got previously, but it'll have all the updated bells and whistles. So for a lot of people, they will like this one. I don't know if there's a lot of diehard Drew McIntyre fans from this time, so it'll be interesting how this one sells as well. But it's a cool idea. I'm here for that. And then the Build-A-Figure, something a lot of us has been screaming about for a lot of years. And this is a challenging Build-A-Figure because it looks like he has two different heads. We're talking about Ravishing Rick Rude, of course, his DX and NWO persona, shaved beard, full beard. You can display it with both. To me, I need two of these Build-A-Figures, but I have no problem buying a bunch of extra Warriors, but do I need an extra AJ? Do I need an extra Becky? Do I need an extra Drew? We'll have to see how that all ends up shaking out, but I definitely need two Rick Rudes. Happy to get more Rick Rudes in the collection. Perfect Build-A-Figure right here. Next up, we've got Elite Series 96. Pre-orders up at ringside. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. And then we're going to talk about 97 after that. That's one of those sets I assume probably coming up for pre-order maybe later this weekend. We'll see what happens there. But Elite 96 coming back pretty hot here with the Hulkster once again. And a lot of people complain, why Hulk Hogan? Why Hulk Hogan? Well, guess what? Hulk Hogan sells, as we always say. Whatever you think about the Hulkster is what it is. But at the end of the day, he moves units. And it is not a non-profit, as we always say. But an interesting Hulkster with the license plate, of course. A lot of reuse, as we're used to with the Hulkster. But we got a new head with the helmet with the fist on it. Very weird, very 80s is what that is. But we are getting him. We are getting Kofi Kingston, a very interesting looking Kofi Kingston in his kind of Skeletor outfit a little bit. A very interesting head sculpt, a much more serious Kofi Kingston head sculpt on this one. But the prototype here that they're showing looks absolutely fabulous. A very good Kofi Kingston. Then we're getting Ilya Dragunov, a bit of a deep cut here. It'll be interesting how well he sells in the traditional Elite lineup because we got to be honest, we got to take that business step back. It's cool to get something like this, but what is the viewership of NXT UK, especially here in the United States where I am? Of course, over in the UK and Europe and stuff, he's very well known. I think this will sell just fine. But United States, North America, I think he's a bit of an unknown. He shouldn't be. They should be pushing this guy to the moon. Of course, his match against my old boy Walter out there. But looks absolutely fabulous. Once again, we're getting that title belt. How about that soft goods robe? A fabulous soft goods robe. I can see people getting reuse out of that as well. But an awesome Ilya Dragunov and a bit of a deep cut. But man, I'm okay with it because somebody like me, I love stuff like this. It's just what will the paying audience say about something like that? Then we get Brock Lesnar. Once again, a little bit of smiling Brock Lesnar. He's happy-go-lucky Brock. We're going to have some good accessories with him. Brock's triumphant return to the Elite Ultimate lines. I feel like we're getting a lot of Brocks, and we got more Brocks to talk about here later on in this very video. Shinsuke Nakamura, a guy that was getting pushed real hard from Mattel for a while. They've kind of dialed it back. Now we're getting it dialed back in a little bit. But this is cool. Once again, soft goods, and we're getting King Nakamura. It's been a little overdue since we've had a Nakamura, especially a King one makes sense here. The white outfit looks really good. Extra soft goods. I'm all about that one. So that does look really good. Then we're getting to the Chase edition here, and once again, I'm not bagging on female wrestling. I'm okay with female wrestling. I like female wrestling. I like wrestling in general. It's just what we see at the store shelves. Female don't sell so well. Dewdrop being the Chase, it's an interesting idea because it's one you're not going to get a lot of elites from, so at least to get you two different looks, that's not a bad idea. The figure looks fantastic. Figure looks good for what it is. You get the blue and the green edition. You do get the I guess denim jacket is what that would be. But it's okay. It's not something that sets my world absolutely on fire. I don't know how it'll do at retail. I guess we'll just have to wait and see there. But it still looks good, and that's a good set, Elite 96. Pre-orders up on Ringside right now, like I said. Which we then turn our attention to Elite Series 97. And once again, we start off with a female, and we got Alexa Bliss. A very demented-looking Alexa Bliss here, of course. She does have her doll with her there. That's something that was missing with the Ultimate Edition, so I can see some people grabbing this one, putting it with the Ultimate Edition, maybe buying multiples. We'll see. But a good-looking Alexa. Face paint, you know I'm a sucker for face paint, so that's a good-looking figure. Then we get first time in the Elite line, Omos. Omos, a big giant. I can't wait to see how big this figure is. Will it be bigger than his basic, which we did unbox on the channel? He does come with his tag team title as well from his partnership with AJ Styles. So I am excited about this one. A little bit plain Jane, but you guys know I'm a sucker for a giant. Much like Brock Lesnar, his return to the Ultimate in Elites and Basic line, we're going to see the same thing with Ronda Rousey. We're getting another Ronda Rousey figure. She's ready to point to the WrestleMania side. She's ready to go. It says baddest on there. It's really the all-black attack Ronda Rousey. So that's an interesting figure to get. We talked about in the last set, we're getting Kofi Kingston. Now we're getting King Woods. Of course, King Xavier Woods. Very cool, very happy-go-lucky face on him as well. Gets the scepter, gets the crown. A very good-looking Woods figure. All in on that one. I'm good with that for sure. Then we're getting Sheamus, another guy we've gotten a ton of figures of, and it's been a little bit of a drought. So we're finally getting him back in the lineup, getting that face guard, getting the bowler hat, getting the jacket. That's great additions here. The body, I'm sure it's going to be pinless joints. I'm sure it's going to be very nice, updated, but it does feel like as Sheamus, we've got Sheamus paint by numbers over the years. A lot of similarities to that, but we'll see. But the soft goods, the extra goods, the face mask, make this one different enough that I think it definitely warrants a pickup. So Elite 97 coming in pretty good. Looks good, going up for sale on Ringside as we know. Then we talked about Ruthless Aggression. We talked about Legends, Ultimates, Elites. Well, now we got another line out there, and apparently this is not exclusive to any retailers. This is just a straight-up toy line that's ready to go. And we are getting Greatest Hits Series 1, a way to re-release former figures, give them the updated bells and whistles, giving people a second chance. And I already talked about this. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I'd rather see a new Rock, a new Bam Bam Bigelow in different gear instead of almost a straight re-release. But that's me, and of course they're going to do iconic gears here because they are a business, like we always say. But we're getting the Amazon Rock exclusive re-released, all the bells and whistles, like we always say, updated there. We're getting Rey Mysterio, a very cool Rey Mysterio from way back in the day, kind of the Day of the Dead Rey Mysterio, a very, very cool one. Happy to get this one back out. If I had to pick any Rey to update, this would probably be at the top of my list. Then we turn on to Rikishi, another guy. He got a lot of different figures, Target exclusives, things like that. But it's been a long time since we got a Rikishi. Of course, with his family, the Usos, Roman Reigns out there, it makes sense to bring him back in the mix in the Greatest Hits lineup and to have him to display with Jay and Jimmy Uso, of course. Rikishi looks absolutely fabulous. This looks like a great figure right there. And it's very rare we get a big figure like that. I like these bigger figures. And speaking of big figures, of course, Bam Bam Bigelow, getting that Legends release, that early Legends release, re-released here with all the bells and whistles, like I said, getting the most out of your molds from his last Legend a little bit. I would have liked to seen the LT match gear at WrestleMania. I would have liked to seen the purple flames. I thought that would have been really cool for this an idea. Maybe we'll get that down the line, maybe another Legends set of that one. We'll have to see what happens with all that. But I did like the looks of that. Of course, we did get Jake the Snake Roberts. Once again, this is the flashback Walmart wave from back in the day. Once again, a lot of the same stuff go there, but a lot of people missed out. A lot of people are happy to get this, and they're going to use Jake. This is probably the last Jake figure we're going to get, you'd have to think. who knows? We'll see what happens. And of course, you can't have a greatest hits line without the Undertaker. We're getting that old school Undertaker once again updated with all the bells and whistles. And that's the greatest hits line, which is, as usual, a very, very interesting line. And if you can believe it, yes, there's still more stuff to show. Let's dive into a few of the basics in the Showdown packs. Of course, Showdowns, they've been around since they've been showing down and replacing the Battle packs a year ago now, roughly, or whatever it is. But Showdown packs, Series 11, coming at us hot with the Usos. Now, the Usos were not the best sellers, but now I got to think here in this Showdown pack, a lot of people are going to be wanting this one. Of course, we've had Elites fairly recently, but I do think this Usos pack will sell very well, especially for the kids. So we got them coming to Showdown Series 11. We do got John Cena, Roman Reigns, a little bit of paint by numbers going on. It does show Roman with a title belt. It did show the Usos with a title belt. So it looks like we're getting some basic title belts back in the mix as well. And then the final one in Series 11, we're getting Bianca and Becky Lynch. I believe that's the SummerSlam gear from last year. I could be wrong. Once again, I think I'm passing on all three of these. You guys know I just dabble in some of them. These three really don't do anything for me there. But for some people that like the basics and for their kids, you might need to pick those ones up. But then we turn into Series 135, Basic Series 135, and we get Nikki A.S.H., almost a superhero as they go. And she, of course, is the chase in that one. That's a definite pickup for me. I don't think we're getting that in Elite gear. I think this makes a lot of sense. I'm here for that. I wish it was Elite, but it will take what we can get at this point. We're also getting first time in the line, Braun Breaker. I will probably pick this up as well. Got to think an Elite of him is coming fairly soon, but of course, they're always rushing those basics out. Get those basics out first. They're a lot easier to do. It's a lot more paint by numbers. A little bit plain Jane, not my favorite body style on him. Doesn't look very playable at all for you players out there and you kids. But it's Braun Breaker. It's a Steiner brother in kind of ways. A Steiner son, I guess. We'll call it that. We're also getting Damien Priest. Damien Priest, we've had basics of him before, so that's not too special. Talked about Brock Lesnar, getting another Brock Lesnar in a line. A lot of Brocks coming down the pipeline, how about? We are getting Reggie as well, and Reggie is going to be a chase in one of the basic series. I'm okay with him as a basic, not taking an Elite spot. A lot of these first time in the line chases, I usually get both. I think I'm just going to pick and choose. Whatever Reggie I see first, that's probably the one I'm going to get. I don't feel like I need to get both versions of him. That's just me, of course. But we got two versions of Reggie coming at us. And what else do we got? We could turn over a little bit of Jazzwares talk. How about? Let's move over to some Jazzwares, and then we're going to be done recapping this part, and then we got to recap some of the news and notes from the press conference. Of course, they have Cody Rhodes, all that kind of stuff coming, so we'll talk about those guys. But we did see from AEW Jazzwares, and it did go up for pre-order on Ringside's website. It's a CM Punk exclusive, Best in the World exclusive from his debut, and it does come with an ice cream bar. How about that? You do get the soft goods CM Punk shirt as well. A very good looking figure here. Now, $40. Will everybody want this one? I don't know, but it does have nice, unique packaging. It looks like a fabulous one. Of course, get the most out of your molds. We got a lot of CM Punks coming our way, and they're going to reuse that mold over and over and over. That's just what they do, and it is a business at the end of the day. But that one is pretty cool. Up for pre-order on Ringside right now, so check that one out if you are so inclined. We also saw Supreme Britt Baker. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to have to see that one in hand. I've been a little bit underwhelmed in everything I've seen of Britt Baker from Jazzwares so far. I know they're going to keep working on it, trying to get better with her. But this one, we'll see how it goes. Of course, it is a 2-in-1 figure like all these Supremes are going to be. So that'll be interesting to see how that one ends up shaking out. We did see the Street Fighter exclusives to GameStop, of course. Saw some more images of those. They're doing their best Street Fighter poses here. Very cool, unique packaging with these, which I think is truly the star of these. I don't know. These aren't for everybody, though. That's for sure. But it's the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, of course. We did see images here of the Young Bucks Amazon exclusive 2-pack. Have not seen those go up for pre-order on Amazon yet. That day is coming fairly soon, though, I have to imagine. But a very cool, wild, 90s style Young Bucks is what this looks like. It looks like they walked out of an episode of Saved by the Bell. But very cool fluorescent colors. It would make the Ultimate Warrior proud for sure. We also saw once again that Walmart Adam Hangman Page exclusive figure. Not a ton of bells and whistles, a lot of reuse from the last country western Adam Page, but you know me, I'm a sucker for the old country western. Have to get this one for sure. And then we saw the Sammy Guevara Target exclusive, getting the most out of your molds once again. It's funny, I said it way back when Jazzwares and AEW Unrivaled Series 1 came. I said there's a lot of people saying they're going to be a completionist. They're going to be all in. And it's been insane how many people have dropped out after every single line. Oh, I'm getting every single one. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And now there's people picking and choosing. So I knew that's how it would go. People started off with the greatest of intentions, but we know how Jax did it. Jazzwares taking the Jax playbook. They're going to run everything to the ground. They're going to get the most out of their molds. They're going to do 2-packs, 3-packs, special packs. There's only so much money to go around, especially if you wanted an uncard and a loose set. It's just nearly impossible. Nobody has the space for all that. So that was very interesting to see. And then, of course, the Brody Lee exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con, a very interesting one. A little bit controversial and very much underwhelming. It feels like it was scrapped together last second, but I guess that's okay. If there's only 1,000 and it's going to be hundreds of dollars, maybe that's for the best. If it was something we really, really liked, we'd be a lot more disappointed. Like, oh, it's this one and there's only 1,000. I think a lot of people would say, I'm okay passing on this. So all in all, it's not a terrible thing, I guess I'd say. That's kind of where I would leave it at with that. We also saw a little Mattel Retro action. Mattel Retro's back in the game, of course. We'll have more on those soon. But we did see Jimmy Hart in the background in package, so he is going there. The old figure black market has been selling these guys for a little bit right now. All four of the Hart Foundation and Jimmy Hart. I have seen those for sale, and I have been offered those, but I turned down all that stuff because why would I want to buy each of those for $100 each or whatever it is when I can just get them through the normal channels eventually? If I'm going to buy black market stuff, it's going to be something like that RVD or the Chief J Strongbow. That's what I would buy on the black market, I guess, if I was going to get something. Not something that's going to be later released to the masses. But there it is. There's a quick rundown, and we'll be back with more rundown. All right, let's put a cap on day one of San Diego Comic-Con reveals as we got day two with the Comic-Con panel. And guess what? This video's almost been an hour. I'm going to do a second video. So this one's going to recap day one. I'm going to do a second video on day two, so make sure you look for that on my YouTube channel. Coming at you very, very soon. But let's finish off the rest of the results, rest of the reveals, I should say, for day one. And one I forgot when we talked about Ultimates at the very beginning. I forgot, I believe this is going to be a Target exclusive. It is Bret Hitman Hart. All pinked out Bret Hitman Hart. Very reminiscent of the throwback one we got from Ringside Collectibles many years ago, of course, if you guys remember that in the Elite line. But a fabulous Bret Hart. Not sure about these sunglasses. Not sure about the head scan. We'll have to wait and see what that looks like, as this is the only picture I got right now. We'll see what he looks like without the glasses on. But those glasses look a little bit missed to me. But very cool to get another Bret Hart Ultimate Edition, a guy that they seem to love Ultimate Editions of and love figures of. And I'm okay, because guess what? Bret Hart's a favorite of mine. So we got another Ultimate Edition Bret Hart coming. And then we're going to close it out with some more basics. Of course, John Cena, no stranger to any basic line. He's ever been in about every single basic series, it seems like, at this point in his career. But more of John Cena. More Bill Goldberg. I don't know if this is one that anybody really wants. We just had a Showdown 2-pack with Drew McIntyre recently. Here's another one. He does have a knee brace on him, so that is a little bit different there for Goldberg. And he's still just as disgusted as ever, as you can see in that face sculpt for Bill Goldberg. And then we get Xia Li. It took me a little bit to understand that this was Xia Li right off the bat. But this could be first time, last line in the lineup. We'll see if she does get an elite down the road. But Xia Li, a new female figure, a little tattoo artwork on the leg. That's not a bad deal after all. So we do have that one coming. And then, of course, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is long anticipated return. I don't know. Some of us were anticipating it, I guess. But we're getting Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode back into the basic line. Dolph Ziggler, we just did a top 5 on the channel. My 5 favorite Dolph Ziggler figures. And a guy that's been in the WWE for an eternity and does not have as many elites as he really should have. And he gets some more basics right here. And then finally, the big capper of the basics was, of course, as I guessed would happen, Cody Rhodes coming in basic form. That'll be the first one, but we do have an elite coming, and we'll talk about that in the other video. But we are getting a basic Cody Rhodes for you Cody completionists out there. So quite the eventful day. I didn't think this day would be able to be topped, but with some of the reveals we have in part 2, man, it's been tops. We got some wild, crazy things coming. I'm here for it all day long. I know you guys are as well. And the best way to be here for it is, of course, to subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. That way you know when a new video pops up. And, of course, like this video. Support the channel. Like the video, of course, like that. And then leave me your comments down below with your thoughts on these reveals. There's so much to talk about here. Let me know your thoughts on some of these figures here. And like I said, stay tuned for the next video where we'll talk about day 2 of San Diego Comic-Con, including the Mattel panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Follow along on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and then Patreon, where you can get videos early, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, all that fun stuff. So there it is, San Diego Comic-Con, day 1 is in the books. Now we turn our attention to day 2. And until then, I'll see you guys all real soon.